Good evening and welcome to another edition of In the Spotlight. My name is Tabitha Collins and I appreciate you joining me back here again this week. We are still in our Black History Month and we are still in our Black History series, shining the spotlight on Black entrepreneurship. And this evening we have a guest, Miss Kieta Rivens of Verified Beauty out of Salisbury, North Carolina. Miss Revine, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Yes, I appreciate you being on the show. And so, in this generation, well, over the last, I'm going to say maybe 10 years, I've noticed that a lot of African American women and men are going back to the natural, so to speak, quote unquote, back to the Angela Davis era with their hair and their hair care and just getting in tune, with the culture. And with that being said, I thought that it was very important to have you on this evening because as we wear these protective styles and we are letting our hair go more natural, I thought that it would be neat to have someone come on to teach us how to take care of our hair, what that really means when we say, we're wearing our hair naturally. Are these protective styles really good? Are they not good for us? What products can we use on our natural hair and deal with other things like alopecia, male and female pattern baldness? These are the things that we want to be able to bring out, and we also want to shine the light on your business and everything that you're doing for and in the Black community. So again, thank you. And with no further ado, I'm going to let you go ahead and tell us a little bit about when your company was founded and the background of the company and why now.
Well, I always wanted to actually start a natural hair care product line. This was a dream of mine since I was a little girl. Although I never told anyone because my grandmother always told me if you want something to come true, don't tell anyone. Just wait till you do it. So I never told anyone. When I came out with this, my husband, my parents were so surprised, like, where did this even come from? This why do you want to do this? But it's been something that I always wanted to do. So during the pandemic, my family and we were in a small condo at that point. We recently bought a house, but we were in a small condo. And, it was the pandemic. We couldn't do anything. I was in there with my daughter and my husband every day, all day. And I'm a person that needs, something to be the same. I need a schedule. I like that type of thing. So I created a schedule for myself and I started to work on this business plan. I felt like this was the moment in time where I had nothing but time and I could sit down and work on my business plan. So that's actually when the business started. So I actually officially started December the 4th. But before that, I was, working on it and thinking of ideas and looking for chemists. I do work with all African American chemists from Texas. And so that's how it was born.
Okay. Okay. So working with a chemist, that's interesting. So is that how the product is birthed? Because how do what to mix together to make, your hair grow? Or when we say like natural, like what does that mean? Like give us some background on natural hair and the products that you are creating.
Okay, so there's actually two different types of natural products, as people say. Some natural products do have the sulfate and the parabens and the PGs, where are really bad for you, for your hair, for your health. That can potentially cause Alzheimer's and a ton of other things. My products don't have any of those things in them. So I work with the chemists from Texas to make sure that they're formulated. That basically just means that, like this product example, this is one of my top sellers, my pomade here. So if I don't formulate this product, it would like start growing mold. So it's basically to have a shelf life. So my products can sit on the shelf if necessary for a couple years and nothing would happen. They wouldn't have mold.
Got you. So what was that product that you just held up? What is it? What
Yeah,
was
this
that?
is the pomade. People love this product. I honestly, I cannot keep it in. This is my personal one. If I don't sell it, because normally when I have one for myself, I end up selling it because we run out. So this is for slicking edges or people that like to do the baby hairs, or if you want like a slick back ponytail, this is like amazing. My daughter, this is her favorite product and mine too. I like this, and also the growth oil. Now, this is my one of my number one products. This is
Okay.
what got me on the Steve Harvey show. I don't know if you can see it here. This is what got me on the Steve Harvey show, as well as the Donnie Mckirklan show. And this is also the first product that the Army was interested in.
Okay, so run back and tell us first about the Army angle. Or,
Okay. Well, I'm super excited to let you know that I just signed a contract with the Army. So I will be opening up, thank you. I will be opening up on Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina. So we'll have a store there. I've done all the paperwork. We're in the process of taking tests because you have to take a test. So all of my employees have to take a test. I'm waiting on 2 more employees' test results to come back. And it's, something that you just have to go through because you have personal information that belongs to the Army when you're taking the debit cards and those type of things. So we're in
gotcha.
the process of it, and it'll be up and running this year.
Okay, that is awesome. Now, how did you get on the Steve Harvey and Donnie Mckirklan show? I feel honored to have you on my little podcast, my little in the spotlight. You've been with Steve Harvey and Donnie Mckirklan, so I am feeling some kind of
Thank
way
you.
here. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm honored to be on your show. I was super
Thank
excited
you.
about this. So, I actually was an infant teacher. I have actually quit working that job because Verified Beauty just taken off so fast that I had to choose. And God told me to make a move, so I made that move.
Amen.
But to be on Steve Harvey and Donnie Mckirklan, I would spend every day on my lunch break, which was an hour. I would eat for 10 minutes, and then 50 minutes I would spend on my business. I dedicated that every single day. And then once I got off work, I would come home in my home office and work if it was like ideas or looking for shipment packages or whatever I needed to do. Because I feel like if I can go work for someone else, then I can come home and work for myself. I owe myself that much.
Yeah.
So I just reached out to different people, radio stations. I reached out to you too. So I reached out to different people and, kind of just pitch my story. And I would love for this to be a household brand. And I feel like in order for that to happen, I need to be everywhere. I want to talk to everyone. I want to tell everyone about my products.
Well, trust me, I will share and share, and you share and
Thank
share.
you.
And the
Yes,
good
I will.
and the good thing about our network is that it is global. So, this can be shown in, Afghanistan,
Great.
Asia, London, Japan. It's a global network, and we have a lot of broadcasters from different parts of the country. So we'll definitely be sharing this
Thank
for
you so
all
much.
to see. And let others know about your other locations.
Okay, so my main location that I'm always at is in Salisbury, North Carolina. This location it's a little different. It's not your typical store. So it's actually at a flea market there in Salisbury. And I went in and I said, this is going to be my store. So in my opinion, I turned it into one. I had a floor put down. Me and my family came in, we painted. It definitely looks like a store. It stands out. It doesn't look like, your typical flea market, because in your flea market, you don't have a floor that's down, like a fancy floor. It's not just a regular floor. I went above and beyond for this floor. It's like attention grabbing floor, I guess I should say. So it's been great there. Um,
So you have the Salisbury location, the Fayetteville location, um, the
in Fayetteville,
military. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say the Fayetteville location, and then you have something inside the mall in Georgia.
Well, that was actually temporary. So they asked me to come down for 3 days to set up inside of Georgia. It was the Stonecrest Mall in
Okay.
Lithonia, Georgia, and they were so nice. They love Verified Beauty there. Like I almost didn't want to leave. It was really nice there. We actually went down and sold about 1,200 units in 3 days. And I didn't have a team at that point. Well, I did, my family. So me, my mom, and my daughter, we went down. We stayed in Georgia for 3 days. We were super tired because that's all we had were 3 people, but it was amazing. It was full of memories, and I will never forget how much love I felt from Georgia.
That is awesome. So
Yeah.
before we go to commercial break, I what I want to make sure that I put out to the audience is why your product? There are so many different lines of natural hair care products. I don't know which to choose from. I mean, you
Right.
see all kind of different commercials and Facebook, and you go into the beauty supply store, and there's rows and rows of natural hair products. What makes your product stand out amongst, any of the rest of them? And then you have the celebrity endorsements of certain products. What makes your product, like why your product and why now? Why should the audience use your product? What makes it stand out from anyone else's?
Well, I feel that there's several reasons they should use my product. The number one reason is because they work. I don't get complaints about my product. Knock on wood, as they say, I haven't received any complaints thus far. Also, I would say because I'm the owner and I truly care. I communicate with the people that shop with me. I follow them on Facebook. We have like a relationship. So I think that's also important, and you can't get that with the bigger brands. They maybe look at you as a number, but they don't know who you are. They're not on your Facebook and saying, "Oh, your daughter looks cute in that dress," type of thing. So at this point, I feel like, my products would be something to choose, especially my growth oil, because it works so well. And also, if they visit the website, www.verified beauty llc, you'll see a number, like amazing number of people just talking about how good the products are. You can stroll to the bottom of the page and look at all the reviews. And before you get that far, you'll see all the before and after pictures.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's important for the audience to know, because there's so much competition out here. I still say no matter what competition is out here, as Black owned business, leaders in the community, we still have something different that no one else has, because right now everybody has a podcast, everybody has a beauty line, everybody has makeup, skincare, and so many visions were birthed out of the pandemic. And it's but I really trust and believe, that God has a lane for each and every one of us, and there's something that we're offering that the next person is not. So
Right.
I definitely commend you for taking a stand on that. And it also says that within the first 6 months of launching your website, your products grew from 1 to 32 products. So you have 32 products to offer.
Yes, I currently have
Can you
32.
run down
Actually,
just a
have
few of them really quick before the commercial?
Yes, I actually have 33. So one of the main one is the growth oil. This is growth anti-itch oil. So it helps your hair grow, but it also helps with itching, because what people don't realize is your nails and your hair are made of the same fibers. So when you stretch your hair, you're actually breaking it off at that point. And then we also have the pomade, which is another really good one. I wish that I had my number one product, but we're actually sold out. I have a shipment coming in tomorrow. It's the hair and body butter. That's our number one product. It works well on your skin, as well as working on your hair. It's really good for people with dry skin, with diabetes, and anything that dries your skin out. It's amazing. We also have the Hydrating Leave-In shampoo, and then this is our African black soap. And people go crazy about this. This actually is not through my chemist. This comes straight from Ghana.
Oh, wow. Okay. So is that for shower, for the
Yes,
body?
it can. Yes, for your body. So you can use it on your face. I use it on my face. If I have any kind of blemishes, I literally put this on, and in a day or two, it's gone. And I also use it for my body.
Okay. Okay. So basically everyone just needs to be able to get on to the website. So before
Yes.
we break for commercial, go ahead and just give them the website and your phone number to the business.
Okay. It's www.verifiedbeautyllc.com. And the phone number is 704-840-2219.
And when they call that number, no matter what location that you were at, whether you were in Fayetteville or Salisbury, they'll be able to reach you. Is that correct?
That is correct. Honestly, I'm never in Fayetteville. I'm actually in the So Fab Lady, which is another amazing Black entrepreneur that you may want to know. But I'm inside of her store in Fayetteville.
Okay. Well, we
Phenomenal.
will we will be right back after a short commercial break. And when we come back from commercial, we would like to talk a little bit about your podcast I found out you have. And
Oh yeah.
then we will also deal with how you are educating empowering and encouraging the community. That is our theme for the year, I'm Trying. And we will talk a little bit about those tips in a moment. Okay, thank you. We'll be right back.
Calling all HBCU alumni, supporters, and golfers. It's that time of year again. Yes, the HBCU Swing Into Their Dreams charity golf tournament on Tuesday, April 5th. If you missed the last one, you have time once again to be epic. Don't miss the golf tournament of the year. The Swing Into Their Dreams HBCU charity golf tournament at the Atlanta National Golf Club in Milton, Georgia, Tuesday, April the 5th. Registration begins now. Sign up your golf teams at swingintotheirdreams.com. That's swingintotheirdreams.com or call 770-686-7148. That's 770-686-7148. Don't miss it.
And welcome back to In the Spotlight with Tabitha. I'm Tabitha, and we have Miss Kieta Rivens with us still from Verified Beauty. And we were talking about just natural hair care and putting our Black entrepreneurs out there for everyone, so we can patronize. And not just in Black History Month, not just because this is February, but because we want others to know how they can also take care of their hair, and support local small businesses. And that's what we're about at this WYTV7. We are about empowering, encouraging, and enlightening and educating our audience one guest at a time. Miss Rivens, can you just answer this question for me? Because I've always wanted to know this. I was a victim. I grew up with the creamy crack. I'm not gonna tell you no lies. I love it still. My hair is natural right now, but I ain't gonna tell you no lies. I'll slip over into some in a minute. I probably would. But just for our audience sake, just to educate our audience. And when I say creamy crack, that's just, lingo for, the perms that we put in our hair as we were growing up. I don't know if our family really knew, that that wasn't something that was good for us. And we had the Jerry, I'm old enough that I remember the Jerry curls and things like that. So just tell us a little bit about why that's not good for us, and what you suggest for people just coming out of a perm to try to like repair our hair. And tell us what you think about these protective styles and the crochet braids and things like that. And then we'll get down the road later to that even though we are in Black History Month and we are supporting Black owned entrepreneurs and products, that we'll get into it later, that these products are not just for African American community. So can you dab a little bit into all of that for me, please, ma'am?
Yes, sure. So honestly, I think the creamy crack, as we call it, the relaxers, are bad for you because if you think about it, I had one as a kid and it would burn so bad. All the chemicals that are in that are seeping into your pores in your head. This can cause Alzheimer's and brain tumors and all type of things. And like you said, I don't think our parents actually knew what this could do because of course they wouldn't have given it to us. I too had a perm. I too had the creamy crack. But as I became older and started to do research on my own, I realized that I wanted to be natural. For someone that is, going into being natural, you're transitioning into being natural, protective styles are always good, but you don't want to wear them too long. I've seen people, they wear them so long that their edges start to fall out. And if that's happening to you, please visit the website. But, you don't want to have them in so long that you're getting knots in your hair and it's matted and you have, the quick weaves with glue everywhere. I do wear protective styles. This is actually a protective style, although my hair looks just like this, but this is a protective style.
Okay, okay. And you know what else I thought about? We come from a tradition where we were maybe led to believe that straight hair was better or we grew up in society where, you didn't see everyone looking like us, so to speak. You saw,
Right.
you know, you know, other people looking, like I remember, I'll just use my life for as an example. I lived in a neighborhood and we used to play Barbie dolls, right? So we used to play with dolls, and I remember my Barbies had long blonde hair and it was straight, and it would blow in the wind and things like that. And I think sometimes, we got caught up with society and magazines and pictures of Black women, and wanted to look like them. And we were not in tune with our own African American heritage and how beautiful we could be, without all of that. And I think that we've gotten away from that. And now, fast forward maybe 20, 30 years, it seems like we're coming back to, so to speak, ourselves, and
Right.
coming
Which is
back to,
amazing.
yes, coming back to, you know what? Rather I'm light skin, brown skin, dark skin, from this state, that state, from Africa, from this country, from that country, my Black is beautiful. And I remember when they used to have those shows. It was like a forum of, My Black is Beautiful, with all the shades of African American women and men on there. And that was something that I was really excited about going to. And it showcased different entrepreneurs and all of the products that they had, basically for Black America.
Right.
From hair care products to skin care products to clothes to shoes to handbags on down. And I know they haven't had that since the pandemic, but I hope that comes back. But that is something that I definitely wanted to put out there because, now that everyone, like we said before the commercial, seems to have a hair care line, I think that it's important for our audience to know kind of where that mindset came from, wanting to be more European and not really being proud of, who we are as a community. So it's not just about, okay, let's talk about this during February because it's Black History Month, but let's talk
Right.
about this every single day. Let's put each other out there every single day. And not that we're putting down or belittling any other community or any other race, but we're also remembering as we're rising up everybody else, let's raise our own selves up and our own community up as well. And back to your product, I also wanted to mention, with that being said, that this product is not just for the African American customer. Is that not right?
Correct. I do have customers that are not African American. I've had Hispanic customers that love my product. I've also had Caucasian customers that love my product. Actually, one of my employees is Caucasian and she absolutely loves the growth oil. Now, she typically doesn't want her hair to be oily. So she says, after a while, I have to wash it out, but it's working for her and she does love it.
Okay, well that's awesome. And that's good to know because like I said before the commercial again, this broadcast goes out not just across the states, not just here in North Carolina where we are, but across, globally. So we want people to feel comfortable with celebrating with us for Black History Month.
Yeah.
And also, going to your website and using your products and knowing that this is just not quote unquote a Black thing.
Right.
So I thank you for clarifying all of that, and we want everybody to be able to use your products. And I also noticed in my review of you, studying you coming on to the show, that you have a Apple podcast. Is it 12 episodes? And it's all about the natural hair care. Tell our audience where they can get plugged in at to watch those.
Okay, so you can definitely visit Spotify and Anchor or Apple to listen to it. So it's all natural podcasts. And if you just type that in, it'll come up. I have guests on my podcast, and we talk about different issues around natural hair in business, and just different things. We talk about laws that have things to do like the Crown Act and different things about natural hair.
Ooh, awesome. So the podcast is dealing with um I'm wearing my hair like this or that in the workplace and how am I viewed or
Yes,
a
that's one episode,
society. Okay.
and I did have guests on that episode. So each episode is a different topic surrounding natural hair, and one of those were, diversity in the workplace, basically. How can you wear your hair? Do you feel comfortable wearing your hair? And I had two guests, one of which was my coworker, and another of which I had talked about before, Latoya, from Fayetteville. And so we talked about that. And sometimes we have people call in to, discuss different things as well. I actually have kind of put a hold on the podcast right now because Verified Beauty is just blowing up so much. God just continues to bless me with it. But there are several episodes for you to listen to. And I'm not finished with it, but I had to take a break just to focus more on Verified Beauty at this moment.
Awesome. Oh, thank you so much for sharing with us about the podcast. And we also know that you can be found on YouTube as well under the same link, under Verified Beauty on YouTube as well.
Yes.
Okay, great. Great. So our theme this year is I'm trying. So with that being said, and with the products that you have out for the community, what are you trying to do? How can you use the theme for this year, I'm trying?
I feel there's a lot of things that I'm trying. First, I would say I'm trying to give the people things that they need and things that they want. I'm trying to make sure that every person, no matter your age, your color, your size, feels beautiful because I have something for everybody. And I'm trying to build a legacy for my daughter. I'm trying to also be a role model for her. She's right with me. She comes to some of my meetings and different things like that. I'm pretty sure she's listening right now at my office door. She just it's really into everything that I'm doing. And I'm trying to be a godly woman that is just here to help anyone.
That is awesome, and I think that as women, especially African American women, it's very important for us to be examples, and especially examples for our daughters. And we want to be able to build a business and leave a legacy for our children and our children's children. And I commend you for doing what you're doing. And I thank you so much again for being on the show this evening. We are encouraging, we are empowering, and we are educating our viewers one at a time, one guest at a time. And if you would like to be on in the spotlight, so we can shine the light on not just African American businesses or small entrepreneurs, and not just because this is February and Black History Month, but whatever your story is that you would like to get out there and shine the light on, from domestic violence to being a business owner to being music artist or DJ or promoter or whatever it that is your thing that you feel that God has gifted you with, contact me at 980-907-3136. Again, that's 980-907-3136. And I am Tabitha, TABATHA, spotlight at gmail.com. And we thank you so much again for being a part of our show and a part of our broadcast this week. Please like and share us on WYTV7.org. Like and share the show, share it with the community, share it with your circle, your village. If you feel so inclined, donate to the show. We are a nonprofit organization trying to be here for 77 more years, and we need viewers to to donate and to like us and to be a part of our vision. And again, we thank you so much, and we appreciate you, and we will make sure that we patronize you. And this is the end of our broadcast for this week for In the Spotlight with Tabitha. I am Tabitha Collins, and thank you so much, and you all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.